Hi, Dina here, and as we are winding down in 2023, just wanted to look through my sketchbooks from the year. I did try to fill up this one and didn't quite get there. Maybe I'll get there in the next few days. But I primarily worked in these two watercolor sketchbooks this year. I just wanted to share a little bit of some of my art practice. I only just this year started working in a sketchbook. Previously, I primarily did like tiny paintings on little cutouts, and I don't know, I like working in a sketchbook to have something to flip through and look through all my progress from the year. So I bought this while on vacation for Christmas last year, and it looks like the first thing I did was swatch some new gouache paints that I had gotten. And then while I was on vacation, I did a couple of little doodles, just kind of testing out the paper in my new sketchbook. And some of these I've shown in other videos. I started kind of using my sketchbook mostly for these kind of plein air pieces. This is a lake near my house. Just some random things from some reference photos. I believe these two were from a YouTube video from artist Crimi-Trent. I have a couple of things from her YouTube videos that I did this year. Love drawing Bulbasaur, and piranha plants are probably my #1 favorite thing to draw. I think these two were also from YouTube videos from artist Crimi-Trent. I was practicing some very light flowers. Another view of that lake near my house. And I did try to start doing more like warm-up exercises this year, so you will see a few pages that are kind of just like random mark making and kind of like flower doodles, as I'm trying to get more into that warm-up practice, and not everything has to be a finished piece. Sometimes just playing and testing out your paints and your supplies is good practice. So I did this with a YouTube video on warm-ups from artist Ting, and that was really fun too. Not really set out to make something in particular, but just practice making the leaf shapes. And we're almost done with this sketchbook. These are some more recent coffee shop sketches that I did. Here I swatched all my new Peerless watercolor paints. I'm really loving the vibrancy of these Peerless watercolors. I have a video where I did this little watercolor challenge from Peerless. These were a few more coffee shop paints. A fiddle leaf fig at a local coffee shop, and just this very autumn bouquet of flowers. And I believe both of these are also testing out those Peerless watercolors. Just testing out how those work. If you're not familiar with the Peerless watercolors, they are these watercolor sheets. So this is a paint, and so you just kind of drop your wet brush on them, and they're really cool. So that's been one of the new supplies I've been playing with a lot lately. Just some doodles of some different plants at a local coffee shop again. I've been doing a lot of coffee shop painting, and they had all of these really cool flowers and plant pots, and I kind of just sat there and doodled. And I think that's it for this sketchbook. So I did have a goal to try to finish this one. Didn't quite get there, but we still have a few days left. I don't really know why I started this second one. I think I just wanted to try out the paper in it and then just kept using it. So I have a few loose things. This one, practicing mixing oil pastel. So on the back I have just like watercolor sunset draft. but practicing using some oil pastels mixed with my watercolors. I'm quite fond of this Amsterdam scene, and practicing some very flowy watercolor line and ink. And with all those Peerless watercolors, this is a palette that I usually take with me to coffee shops. So this is what I've been using when I'm on the go. It's this little pink palette. So this one, I don't really know. I just kind of wanted to test out the paper and then just started using it. I really like this paper. This one is, I believe, a Hahnemuhle watercolor sketchbook, and I feel like, I don't know, the colors and everything look really vibrant on this paper. It's quite nice. I painted this after I saw the Mario movie. I loved the field of fire flowers in that. Just practicing some landscapes. This one kind of started out as my landscape book, but then I did this one was from a coffee shop using this palette right here. So it's kind of cool. I actually really like this one from a reference photo I took when we were recently in Portland. This book started out as very like polished, and then I kind of started doing a little bit more draft sketchy stuff. I've been trying to treat my sketchbook more as a place to play and experiment. Here playing and experimenting with loose watercolor, which I feel like is not my strong suit. I feel like my strong suit is more detailed work, but I'm trying to have more fun and get more used to doing kind of the more loose abstract watercolor, which I really enjoy doing. So that's all I have in this one. So this one ended up mostly empty. This will be my 2024 goal, to fill up this one and maybe one more like this of paintings. I'm going to be taking some watercolor classes this next year and really want to focus on painting more frequently without a particular goal in mind. I've always struggled with painting for fun and practice versus painting to have a finished product. So my goal for 2024 is to practice and loosen up a little more. What are your 2024 watercolor goals?